As a longtime fan of the Leisure Suit Larry games, I really like what Crazy Bunch is doing with the franchise. If you guys aren't aware, they are the developers that are responsible for the two most recent Larry games, Wet Dreams Don't Dry and Wet Dreams Dry Twice. Today we're going to be checking out Wet Dreams Dry Twice. Now, I've already played through this since I own it digitally on Xbox, but I just had to get a physical Switch copy too.
I'm never touching that again. Especially not from behind.
Keep in mind, this is a point-and-click adventure. I know not everybody is into that type of game, and that's okay, but this is probably one of the best point-and-click adventure games I've played in recent years. The previous game, Wet Dreams Don't Dry, did a good job connecting the old with the new. It does take place in New Lost Wages, which is familiar territory from the very first Larry game. Now, Wet Dreams Dry Twice picks up where the first game left off, but we're heading to a completely new area in the Caribbean islands where some familiar faces will be joining us.
Who?
She said her name was Faith.
What? Faith is here! I knew it!
I do recommend that you play Wet Dreams Don't Dry before playing this game. It's not necessary though, because at the beginning you can get a recap of what happened previously. Gameplay is just like a standard point-and-click adventure game. You'll need to interact with characters, explore, pick up items, and solve puzzles to get Larry through various situations. This includes things like combining one item with another to create something entirely new but necessary to progress. This new installment includes a couple of new features that I really like, such as taking pictures of larger objects that you can't carry with you. This way you can still reference the item as if you had it in your pocket when you want to combine items with it or show it to another character. And blueprints allow you to craft larger contraptions out of many smaller items much more easily. This idea in particular is especially fun and clever because on the part list, it might say you need something like a balloon, and it would be up to you to find a suitable air-filled replacement. Trying to find the substitutions was enjoyable and sometimes hilarious. I'm reminded especially of one time when we were trying to craft a drink for a special lady, and we needed to find some ingredients that were hard to come by, so we had to get pretty crafty.
Freshly pressed is always the best.
I absolutely love the tropical theme in the second game. It's vibrant and has a bit of a cartoon hand-drawn look to it, but it's not overly abstract like some of the classic late Larry games. A few parts of this game actually reminded me of Leisure Suit Larry 3, and that's a good thing. Now, Larry, God bless him, is still the same old corny cheeseball that's trying to score with the ladies. And this time, he actually has a bit of success to go with his many failed attempts. I couldn't help but feel a little happy for our lovable luckless loser. The humor in this game isn't going to be for everyone, and to be honest, it was a little hit or miss for me too, but it still managed a few laugh-out-loud moments for me. There is a lot of sexual innuendo, both graphically and in the writing, so flowers that look like female parts, lots of things look like wieners and balls, stuff like that. I do like most of the characters in this game. They're pretty unique, and there are a lot of fun little references riddled throughout the game too. For example, this creepy perv that reminds me of a certain character from Zelda.
My name is Swingle, sir. I think I am the same as you, sir. A pervert.
Oh, and just like the classic point-and-click adventure games, there are ways you can die by making the wrong, sometimes more hilarious choices.
I want to lay more women. All the ones that can't run faster than I can.
What? You...
But as a quality of life feature, you'll be returned back to the most recent point in the game where you can still correct your mistake. So you don't really need to worry about saving as often as you did in the older games. For achievement or trophy hunters, this second game is a little bit more annoying than the first because there are 2 trophies at the end of the game related to a decision that's made at the very beginning, which forces you to do 2 full playthroughs. Not a super big deal, just, like I said, a little annoying. There is one area near the end of the game, the Labyrinth, a randomized series of rooms that requires you to reference a cheat sheet to make it through, but it's still so difficult that you're better off just saving each time you successfully walk into the next room, and then loading when you make the wrong choice. To me, that's a bit flawed when it's faster and easier to do some clunky save scumming. Other than that though, I like the puzzles. They were more challenging this time around, but also more fun to figure out. And this is one of those games that any skill level can play. You don't need to be a master of reflexes. If you get stuck for too long, don't be ashamed to take a quick peek at a guide to get you through.
I can't just walk past it.
Keep in mind though, if you are planning to go for all of the trophies or achievements, it'll require 2 full playthroughs. So if you want, you can skip looking at a trophy guide for the first playthrough and then only use it on the second playthrough if you want to avoid some spoilers. Anyway, like I said before, this is one of the best point-and-click adventure games I've played in recent years, despite it having a few flaws. I definitely recommend it if you're okay with some pervy humor. Leisure Suit Larry Wet Dreams Dry Twice is available digitally on just about everything, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. Also available physically for the Switch and PlayStation 4. The physical version is only available as a European release. Of course, those are region-free though. From what I understand though, it's just easier to get publishing on adult content in Europe. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Until next time, I will see you later.
I'm here. Hey, I'm right here. I'm still right here. Are you deaf? Or am I?